Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel for another live show. And in today's show we will be discussing the transfer rumours and specifically what has caught our eye over the past 24 hours, Nathan Lowe being recalled by Stoke City after turning his down whilst at Walsall. Is this the opening that will see us go and sign Nathan Lowe? However, there is lots of interest from other clubs. We're going to get into it though, don't you worry. We're going to go into the fine details of everything. But I hope you're all well. Hope you've had a good weekend and welcome back. I'm going to be doing daily content this week once again, Monday to Friday. And hopefully you guys enjoy it. You know, hopefully we keep getting some news that keeps pushing us along. And of course, towards the end of the week, we'll be doing the match preview to our game this weekend against Blackpool. Yes, away from home, a trip to the seaside. But look, make sure you drop a like on the video, guys, if you can. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We are 50 subscribers away from 800 subscribers. So we're halfway there now. We've done so well over the past week or so. I've really gained a few subscribers and the support has been amazing, to be fair, recently. You know, the numbers have been up. I can't thank you all enough, to be honest with you. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. But look, yeah, we're nearly there. So if you can, subscribe if you're new. Share the channel with your friends, family, everybody that you know. And let's try and get to 800 very, very soon. The more consistent I am, I'm hoping, the more subscribers that I can acclaim. But yeah, I need your help and support. But also as well, let me know your comments as we go along as well. I love hearing from you in the chat. And let me know what you think about this potential. Is Nathan Lowe coming to Huddersfield? Is that deal back on after Stoke have recalled him? Or do you think maybe that he will have interest from higher up, that Stoke will allow him to go to a Championship club instead? I'm not sure, but let me know what you think. Anyway, Joshua says, evening, Ryan, hope you're well. Hello, Joshua, how are you doing? Welcome in. But yeah, hope you're well. Thank you for joining us. But look, we're going to get straight in to the show then. The latest updates, like I said, Nathan Lowe was recalled. I think it was last night that I saw that they announced it. I think it kind of came a little bit of a surprise because, you know, he had said that he was very happy at Walsall and he didn't, you know, he wasn't particularly, you know, he's happy to stay there until the end of the season. But of course, the club is in charge of what that player does. And, you know, if they want to recall him, then they have to, then he has to go along with it, unfortunately. But he was obviously happy at Walsall. But yeah, no, his load has been cut short. But the statement they put out here was obviously, so Stoke City have activated the recall clause in Nathan Lowe's loan agreement with League Two leaders Walsall. Obviously, only just turning 19 in September, returns to the Potteries following a prolific 5-month stay at the Bescott, which has included a return of 18 goals and 7 assists in 29 appearances in all competitions. The England under-19 international signed a 4.5-year contract with Stoke 12 months ago, was named League Two Player of the Month for December. So, yeah, obviously that was the statement that they put out last night. They weren't obviously drawn into saying what may happen next, but obviously they have just appointed a new manager, haven't they, as well? Obviously, Mark Robbins coming into the club. So he may want to have a look at him, see if he thinks he's ready to make it, play for Stoke, or do they want to send him out to maybe a League One club, or do they want to send it? I can't see them sending him out to a Championship club, and being honest with you, because obviously Stoke are in the Championship, so they really want to send him out to another Championship club. I don't know, but I know that Sunderland and Sheffield United are interested in him as well. So yeah, that was a statement that was read out. That was posted last night, I believe. I only saw it this morning, to be fair, but obviously I think it was posted last night. I didn't actually check the time of it when but I saw it this morning. Ian said, hi mate, hope you're okay. Hello Ian, how are you doing? Welcome in. Hope you're doing well, mate. And my wonderful mod is in the chat as always. Big up to you. And he says, make sure you just smash the like button and subscribe. Yeah, if we are not, let's try and get, there's 11 in here right now. Try and get to 11 likes. Let's try and, hopefully there's 11 likes already on the stream. Like I said, big up to you. Yeah, let's try and, if you can subscribe as well if you haven't already. Like I said, halfway there to 800 subscribers. Amazing. And let's try and keep pushing for that after a little bit of a rise in the subs recently. I suppose that's what that shows what consistency can do. If you're very, very consistent, then you can actually, even if it is even if it's just a few subscribers a week, you're still gaining, aren't you? So, but yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying the streams and the content on this channel. I'm doing my best, and I love coming on here and doing this, and yeah, it's something that I like to do, and it's good to engage in the chat as well with others as well. So yeah, make sure you do smash likes and subscribe. Let's try and keep pushing for that target. You can also become a member of the channel if you want to extra support the channel by clicking the join button down below, or you can send your super chats in as a thanks of gratitude that you enjoyed the content. But you being here is more than enough. So don't you worry if you are not able to do so. It says, I think what we need is a striker who's good coming from the bench, because let's face it, I think Taylor and Marshall will be or should be the main starters. Yeah, I mean, look, for me, I get what you're saying, and obviously we just need that depth. Obviously, I do like Marshall. I think Marshall and Taylor will be a nice combination. Now, the thing is for me, though, is that I do think that we need a bit of height up there. And obviously, Taylor and Marshall aren't the tallest, are they? So I think that we need somebody that is, has got some height about him, what I mean? And, and that focal point that you can have, and I think that could be a nice partnership as well. But, depending on who it is, of course. But I mean, somebody that's tall, somebody that's got quality, and somebody that scores goals. Just like Nathan Lowe does. But anyway, it might be a bit of a big stretch to get that deal done. But it's kind of possible, because we obviously did turn us down, didn't he, at the start of the window when we were looking for a striker. Obviously, we hadn't signed Taylor at that point, but I still think we're in for another striker. Now, obviously, Taylor's stats in the league are as follows: 22 appearances, 15 goals, 5 assists. Like I say, he has got a few more, obviously, in the cup, so he's got 18 in total at Walsall with the other competitions that Walsall have been in. But he was the top scorer in League Two, and the top scorer at Walsall. But as you can see, very impressive stats, and I do think that it is interesting that they've recalled him, because I think that if Stoke have recalled him, that means that they are either going to, like I said, loan him out to another team, or they're going to give him a chance in their first 11. Like I said, they have just had a new managerial appointment, a new change. Mark Robins might want to have a look at Lowe and see what he's about, because obviously he won't know much about him. Well, he will know something about him, but he obviously hasn't worked with him. So, but just looking at an article here, and obviously Matt Robins did speak last week about Nathan Lowe, and he said they were contemplating when he came in when Robins came in, they were contemplating about what to do with Lowe, whether to recall him or whether to, because he says here that he was looking at he hadn't made a decision on what to do with Lowe yet, and he's what else did he say? So it's hard to kind of skim read when you're trying to find the points. Robinson is a young player, and young players have to be given time. In time, he will be a really good player, and what he's doing at the moment is giving himself every chance. He's put himself in the shop window and made people sit up and take notice of him, and he did make a comeback. He would obviously probably end up with 20 plus goals this season if he'd remained at Walsall, but of course he's already come back now. And he hadn't made a decision last week, but obviously there has been discussions and they've decided to bring it back. And like I said, Lowe, the EFL Young Player of the Month. He won the EFL Young Player of the Month in October and League Two Player of the Month in December. So he really has come on leaps and bounds, hasn't he? Didn't Lowe score against them in the Carabao Cup? Good question. I mean, I think he probably would have done, wouldn't he? Let's have a quick look. Yes, he did. He scored 2. Ironically, I didn't remember, because usually when I were actually at that game, usually when we've lost, I don't tend to remember who's what's happened in that. Well, kind of the goal scorers. I kind of just brush it under the carpet once that game's over with. But yeah, he scored 2. So yeah. But look, I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think that we could potentially get Lowe? Because, like I say, he has had interest from clubs that are obviously in a higher division, and obviously, I think really because he's done so well at League Two. I'm not being like because I really, really want Lowe. I'm not, because he was actually in my top 2 favourites that I'd love to see come to the club. You remember that video at the start of the month when I gave you my top 2 targets? Lowe was actually in that. He was actually in that top 2. So I really want him. But do you guys think it's manageable? Because just because he's come back to Stoke doesn't mean that he's gonna go back out on loan. But as I was saying, I was actually going to say something. Because he's done so well at League Two, and he's clearly, too good for League Two at this point, and he plays way above his years. I think a loan move to League One would be a good jump for him because unless he's playing regularly for Stoke going forward, then really Stoke will want him to keep playing games. So if they're not going to play him regular, then for me, the best for the player is to get him back out on loan and actually play games. And I think he's pretty much guaranteed a lot of game time with us as well. So, but obviously I'm biased because I want him to come to us. But I just think he's got such a quality about him that I just really have been impressed. I think Lowe's the most standout striker I want. Dion Charles, no, I don't want him because he missed an absolute sitter on Saturday, so you can stay away. So I wouldn't mind Lowe coming in. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, but who else is there on the market that we could potentially get? Now, there has been obviously interest. There has actually been a little bit, nothing concrete, but there has been a bit of interest regarding, speculation about Smith at Reading. We're being kind of linked with him a little bit, not concrete, but it has been talked about. Been a bit of speculation. Now, I had a look at his stats, and I'm thinking to myself, what are we actually seeing this guy? Because he's not exactly done amazing for Reading this season. He's only scored 9 goals in 22 games in the league. So I don't really think that's that great, is it, to be honest with you? I mean, to be fair, he is more than our strikers have got at the moment. So, but that isn't difficult. But I think somebody that is in double figures at this stage of the season, to me, probably would be better. But like a Jatta, because I still, it's probably not going to happen, guys, but I do think that Jatta would be a perfect sign for us because he is a tall player as well. But he's not just a tall player, he's got quality. He can score. Like I say, I did a video on him and he's got the overall game that we need. He's good at linking up. But most importantly, he scores goals. And obviously, he is obviously at Notts County at the moment in League Two. And he has, in 19 matches, he's scored 12 goals, 3 assists. So yeah, obviously he's in double figures. And I just really like him. I've seen him a few times, and I think he's a really good player. I'd love to see him come in. But I just don't think that deal will happen, guys. I'm being honest with you, it doesn't look likely. There's not really been any talk about it. And plus, it is hard to know, how much the budget is this month, because we have spent quite a bit already, haven't we? Obviously, brought... we've brought Joe Taylor in for in excess of £3 million. It is suggested. Obviously, it hasn't been discussed. It hasn't actually been made public, but that was the estimated figure that was said. But by Peter O'Rourke, I believe, that I saw the other day when things were moving with that deal. And then obviously Ruskin, obviously he was undisclosed, but he still would have cost a little bit. I don't think it would have been I don't think it would have been over $1 million. I mean, it might have just been under, but we're just speculating, really. So we've really, in essence, we've spent £4 million estimated. So how I know Nagel did obviously say the other day that we hadn't done with our business. We haven't done yet with our business. That's what he said. So yeah, obviously this clearly is still a little bit of money available still, but I don't really know how much it will be. But I agree what you're saying about Dion Child. By the way, I think he's the reason he hasn't been starting against Bolton is because he has been really, really poor. And his decline has kind of happened this season. He's not been doing as well as he has done in the previous seasons for Bolton. Not being clinical and missing chances. But having said that, he is, and I'm not making excuses, because if you get a chance, you need to be taking it. And if it was a sitter as well, I didn't actually see the miss, to be fair. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the game on Saturday. But if it was a sitter, then yeah, that is bad. But like, he is feeding off scraps as well, because like Bolton don't really create much and they don't really get many chances. They've been playing poorly lately as well as a team collectively. And there's a lot of unrest with the manager, fans wanting the manager out. So yeah, look, if you miss a sitter like that, it does kind of put you off a little bit, and I get that. But for me, if I had to pick one, I would be picking Lowe. It's just whether the deal's possible. Now, I think the price that Lowe would cost, I think we're talking between $1 million and 1.5 million. I think it's probably going to be close to 1.5 million for Lowe because of what he's produced this season. Now, he's still relatively experienced in senior football, guys, and obviously that is obviously going to be better. That is obviously, the price is obviously going to, be a price that is obviously more than half of what Joe Taylor costs, because Joe Taylor he's got a lot of experience, and he obviously he's further on in his career. Although to be fair, only a few years difference between the two of them, to be fair. But so yeah, look, if I had to pick one, I probably would be going towards Lowe. But the problem is because Stoke have got all the kind of, it's kind of their call what they do with him next, rather than other clubs. Like, obviously other clubs can express their interest, but until they've decided, now obviously they brought him back, but we don't know what their intentions are with Lowe. Are they thinking he needs to, like I said, does he need to go out to a higher division club, like a League One club? Or are they thinking, no, I think he's ready to step up to the plate and play for Stoke in the Championship? So I don't know, guys. It's hard to tell. We're just speculating at the moment. Ian says, no, this is impossible and all, but what about Lewis O'Brien return? Well, funny enough you say that, because I did actually see obviously a few things about obviously Lewis O'Brien looking to move again, and it did kind of think, look, if we're being honest, I don't think that, like you said, it feels like it is impossible, and I think that he's not going to happen. This, I think he has been at the club, and he has been at the club before, as we know, and I'm just not sure that we have the amount of money to be able to afford Lewis O'Brien back again at this point. And plus, would he really want to drop to League One? Would you really want to move to a League One team? Obviously, he has already got a connection with us. Obviously, with his time, coming through the academy setup and things. But I don't really see him dropping down to League One at this stage. But look, I did say that I wanted the box-to-box midfielder, and obviously Lewis O'Brien totally fits that bill. But no, I'm not too sure. Look, I think we'd all take him back, won't we, tomorrow if we could, but I just don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. But look, what about Smith at Reading? Would people be happy with Smith coming in? Because, and apart from that little bit of speculation, I haven't seen any other speculation at the moment in terms of other potential signings. But just check. Like I said, I haven't really checked much today, but I haven't seen anything. No, it doesn't seem to be anything. There doesn't seem to be anything in terms of rumours today. I'm not seeing anything at all. Smithy's a no from me, Aiden says, yeah. For me, I think I'm a little bit like on the no side on that one because he isn't exactly doing well for Reading, is he? I mean, look, he's nearly at double figures, which, but I don't know, his goal-to-goal ratio, is it really that great? No. And to be honest with you, I haven't really seen much of him play, if I'm being brutally honest. And plus, because he's in League One with us, we know how he's currently performing at this level. And like I said, he's not exactly setting the league alight, is he? So yeah, I just wouldn't go there. But it's going to be interesting to see how this week develops in terms of other rumours, transfers. Look, like I said, I would still like a box-to-box midfielder, as I said. Who that may be, I'm not so sure at this point. I think it might be worth taking a look what's out there in the next day or so and maybe doing a video for you guys about that. But I think ultimately, I do think we need to be just getting another striker in first. Because if we can get another striker in, that will really bolster the numbers. That will really, what I mean. Like I said, we play two up front, so there'll be two starting and one on the bench. So one to come off the bench and make an impact that way. And I think that's what we need. At the moment, we haven't got anybody that can come off the bench and make an impact in terms of these striking positions, in my opinion. So, yeah, we need to be getting the striker in, another striker in if we can. And I think it does have to be the really top profile because we've obviously got a young player in Marshall at the club on loan. And to be fair, Taylor is still young himself, to be fair, but he's a little bit older, so he's a bit more experienced. So we've got a little bit of the experience there. And then, to be fair, if I wanted Lowe, then there'd be another teenager coming to the club. So, but I just think some players just play way above their years, and I think sometimes age is just a number, isn't it, in terms of a football player. Like I say, if you're 18 and you're playing well at a club, it doesn't really matter about how old you are. It's about what's the saying? If you're good enough, you're old enough. I think that's the saying. I don't know if that's the saying. I think it is. So, yeah, that's just kind of my opinion on it. But I did kind of want to do a little bit of the video today about this Nathan Lowe situation at Stoke, because he did kind of raise a few eyebrows, and it did obviously get town fans, obviously. It is a big opportunity to try and get him at this point, because obviously it was clear that we were in for him at the start of the window. Obviously, he did say he was happy at Walsall, but then obviously a week down the line, well, 10 days plus that's when that story was published, 11 days, he's now finding himself back at Stoke. So things can change very quickly in this game, and I do think that if Nathan Lowe isn't an option, I would go for Jatta, and I stick by that. I think Jatta would be a perfect player for us, as I said. Let me know what you think of Jatta in the comment section, guys. Would you take Jatta? Because I don't know if anybody's seen of him at Notts County, but like I said, he's clearly a goal scorer. I don't know if you've seen, like I say, links up plays, good aerially, got a lot. He's really tall, but he has got quality. So I think, and I know that it's only his first full season in England, but I do think that you do maybe have to take a little bit of a risk with a player like that, because you see he's scoring goals at the level that he is, which is obviously a division lower than us, and you think he looks too good for that league. So why can't he step up to League One and score goals? And that same situation with Lowe. Lowe clearly, obviously, went on loan to Walsall, and he was clearly too good for the teams, the players he was coming up against. Therefore, it's about managing him, and I think for me, they should be, don't know what their situation with their strikers at Stoke is, but if Stoke don't see him playing regularly, like I said, I think they should send him out on loan to a League One team, because you are pretty much guaranteed minutes. Not guaranteed minutes in League One, but you know what I mean? Like, if you've got a team that obviously is clearly lacking strikers, then you know that he's going to go there and play plenty of minutes. So, yeah. Which player you talking about? Just joined back. I'm talking about Jatta from Notts County. At the moment, I'm kind of going in and out between Lowe and Jatta at the moment, because that is the two players that I do think that we should be looking to get. But time will tell on the Nathan Lowe situation, because give it a few days, we might hear something about, what their plans are with Lowe is in the next coming days before the end of the week. And then, if it looks like it's not going to be possible to get Lowe, then we need to look at somebody else. And I would go for Jatta if I was in the boardroom and there was enough budget. Like I said, I don't think he will cost that much, guys. I'm going to be honest. Yes, he's scored quite a few goals this season, but I think Notts County have to bear in mind that they're losing a player halfway through the season, which isn't ideal, because that means they're going to have to find a replacement. But Notts County also have to think, well, he hasn't had much experience. Yes, he's had we've not even had he's not even had a full season playing regularly in England. So they have to take that into consideration with the fee that they asked for. So I think you could probably look, his market value at the moment, Jatta, is, I can't remember what I said when I did it. Let me have a look. And he is 25, so he is obviously a little bit older, but he's coming into his prime. 26. In fact, he's 26. He just turned 26 yesterday, actually. So yeah, he was 26 yesterday. I thought he was 25 when I did that video, because I remember saying he was 25 in the video. But yeah, look, he's 26, so he's coming into his prime, 26, 27, prime age. And like I said, so his market value this his market value is €325,000. But that is before this season, and obviously he has scored goals. So I think you're probably looking at just under £1 million for this guy, or even potentially rising to £1 million. And I think it would be money well spent. That is just my opinion. Let's have a look at the comments anyway. Ian says, I think we need a defender, to be honest, with Longbank injured for a couple of weeks. I think we need pace at the back, especially look at our next 3 games. We're gonna need pace at the back, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I mean, look, it is a slight worry, isn't it, this? Because obviously, yeah, Longbank has been ruled out for 6 to 8 week injury, like we always seem to get when we get injuries. It's 6 to 8 weeks all the time. So infuriating. But yeah, we are missing that pace at the back now, aren't we? Now, I know that we can. Obviously, apparently, Roos can play at centre back. Although I did think he was a wing back, but I think Duff was asked about that the other day, wasn't he? But about the defence, and he kind of said that Rooskin's coming. So I think Rooskin is versatile. I think he can play a number of positions, but obviously he's not going to be available for the next 3 games because of that red card. So the pace does worry me at the back, if I'm being honest. Now I know we do have Balka back, but we just don't know how. We just don't know if he can stay fit. You know, recent memory suggests that he can't keep fit, because we saw him when he got fit and then he played, I think it was like one and a half games, and then he got injured again. So you just don't know if he's going to get injured in the next. But I get what you're saying. The pace at the back is nowhere near good enough at this point. Jata will be more attainable. There is some uncertainty with Lowe's future. Yeah, the thing is, because there is a bit of uncertainty about Lowe's future, we can't really be waiting. Like, we need Stoke to kind of decide. And obviously, because they brought him back, I'm presuming that they will have at the back in their mind what they're going to do with him now. Are they going to keep him at Stoke? You know, is he going to get minutes there, or are they going to send him back out on loan to a higher division team? They'll know that at this point, but they haven't actually said it yet. So we're all guessing at this point. Whether he will join the first team is going to be given a chance. I've got on loan. Yeah. Fair enough, Balka back, but back again. Then we're back to square one. Yeah, and there's a lot of pressure, isn't there, on Balka at the moment, because we haven't really got much pace at the back. Balka is kind of in a position where he's needed desperately at this point. So obviously he did play a number of minutes in the last game, and I think with more trainings as well since the last game, obviously, I think he will be ready to maybe start on Saturday, but we're going to get into that later in the week. But we are back to square. I get it. You know, our injury record is horrendous. It's a joke. And I go back to the Longbank injury. You should not be pulling up after a minute of being on the pitch. You know, when you've got out of third gear into second and first, you should not be pulling up as easy as that, as he did on the other day. And I know doesn't really matter now. He's injured, so it doesn't really, but it does infuriate me, because I don't know what the medical department's job is supposedly, what they're supposed to be doing in there, because it doesn't seem like Longbank warmed up correctly in that game. I want to know why, because I don't know. It's strange, but I think the thing is as well, yeah, if we had Rooskin available for the next few games, then you could put Brodie Spencer back in at centre back, because he can play as a back three, as we know. He's played there, hasn't he, this season? So we could have put him back there, and Rooskin could go out onto the left wing back area. But then we'd obviously have to play Turton, who clearly isn't a wing back. So yeah, there is loads of questions really to be asked in the next few weeks, but we need to just kind of keep going. 325k euros. Or is that 400, 500k in English money? All right. You probably are talking double that then to maybe get him. But I think it's going to be closer to 1 million than it is to. I think it's going to be close to 1 million. I think if you bid £1 million, it's easy for me to say that. If you bid £1 million for him, I think it may tempt Notts County, but it just depends what they value him at the moment. I'm saying that though, I can't wait for Duff to come out to say Market is out in training, he's out for a month. I mean, I'm laughing, but it's just become tiresome, hasn't it? All these injuries that we've been picking up, and obviously Kasumu's another one that's gonna, is a big loss in that midfield, as we know. I think he's meant to be out for the rest of this month, and he'll probably be back in February. I think that's what Duff said the other week, last week. But again, we're missing a key player who has shown what he can do in that midfield, has made a big difference in that midfield as well this season. So but I know obviously Hodge has come back, so Hodge is kind of a player that I really like, and obviously he's just come back from injury, so it's kind of 1 in 1 out situation. But I would love to see those two together, Hodge and Kasumu. So I think that would be so good. But well, like I say, we're gonna have to wait and see what happens there. But unfortunately, there isn't many rumours anything else really that's happening. I was supposed to do a video today, but I didn't get around to it. It's been a stressful day, to be fair, and yeah, I just haven't got around to it. So there will be a video coming out tomorrow regarding Joe Taylor. Obviously, I know I've just done a video on Joe Taylor, but take a closer look at him, and also I don't want to spoil what I'm going to do tomorrow, to be fair. But yeah, I will do a video tomorrow, guys, on that. But look, let's see how it goes. I think this week, obviously, like I said, we're going into mid-January now, so there is only like 2 weeks, over 2 weeks left for the window. So I do think we need to be starting to make a little bit of a move again. I know we've only just signed Taylor, guys, but I think that we need to kind of try and make inquiries by the end of the week about, signs that, players that we might potentially want to bring in. And like I said, depending on the budget, obviously that will depend on that. But now, obviously, there is obviously the potential to be a loan. You could potentially get a loan in, but it's very hard with loans, isn't it? Because usually League One clubs can get a loan if the player is either young, not had much experience, and maybe a high division team wants to send him out on loan. But we've already got that player, haven't we, in Marshall? So but the loan market is there, but I just don't know. Who would come to us on loan at this point. What player that is ready to come in that has been prolific and has got real quality and experience and is on form. If you're on form as well, you're not likely to get a loan move for a player, because the only way the club's going to be interested is if they're going to offer obviously a permanent, permanent signing offer. But I don't know. I mean, the loan market is an interesting one, but I'm just not too sure about that. We do need to be looking at other options though, at some point. Like, if Lowe's not going to come in, then we need to be moving to somebody else. But yeah, blow my neck. We've hit 45 minutes. I didn't realise it'd been going for so long. But guys, make sure you do drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. If you are new around here, we are on the road to 800 subscribers. We are halfway there, 50 away from 800. It would be incredible to get there very, very soon. And the rate we're going, I think that we can do it in the next few weeks. And if I keep consistent on this channel, like I'm aiming to do, Monday to Friday, there'll be content every single day. As long as I don't run out of ideas. But yeah, hopefully there's a bit more news, and we can kind of keep going this week with a few other bits and pieces to discuss. But I have already got a few videos that I've got lined up in the next few days, to be fair. But live shows, I'm not too sure. Live shows are going to have to be played here and there, really, like in terms of like, if there's like a breaking story or breaking news kind of story, and if there was like a breaking news story, like obviously we'd be linked with a player, obviously if he'd been agreed or something like that, or we sign another player, that probably would go live off the cuff kind of situation. But sometimes you just got to play it by ear with the transfer market, because you never know what's going to happen. It can move quite quickly, and unexpected deals can happen out of the blue. So yeah, but I think I've kind of covered everything that I want to speak about in today's show. Like I said, Nathan Lowe has been recalled back to Stoke. So now, after we expressed interest earlier at the start of the window, are we going to go back in with another offer for Lowe and tempt Stoke to take the money? Because we can do that. We can still, now he's back at Stoke, it makes it easy to make a deal happen. So if we just put a bid in, then it may test Stoke's resolve. But ultimately, if they see him as a player that Matt Robbins sees him the player that they want to keep and to play regular minutes for them in the Championship, then he will be staying at Stoke. But if we offer an amount of money, then they may take the money. You just never know. You've just got to test the water, I guess, and see what happens. And like I said, I think for me, like I've already covered, Smith from Reading, I wouldn't potentially go there. Dion Charles, I know I said I did want Dion Charles guys the other day, but like, people have put me off when he's saying he's missing chances on last Saturday, and I know it's only one game, but he's clearly not on top form at the moment, and he has struggled this season. And I did think it was strange that he wasn't getting a look in as a regular starter for Bolton. But obviously it is because of his form, and he's not been showing the levels that he showed in previous seasons. So yeah, he's obviously gone off the rails a little bit. So that is a big risk, to bring somebody in that is not really playing anywhere near their level, and they're just not firing on all cylinders. So I'm a bit doubtful on Charles. Jatta, like I said, I would love to see Jatta come in from Notts County. So it's a yes from me. I've already done a video on that, to be fair. But apart from that, I haven't seen any other rumours. I haven't seen a rumour on Jatta, but that's who I want to come in. But apart from the Lowe situation and the Smith, there was a bit of speculation, but nothing concrete. There hasn't really been anything else to say at this point. But yeah, but guys, I think we're going to wrap up the show this evening. We're nearly an hour, so it's kind of flown by. I probably waffled on in this one a little bit too much, but hopefully you guys have enjoyed the stream. Let's see what happens this week. Let's see whatever potential news, some other news hopefully comes out this week about other signings. and we can kind of discuss it on the channel. Like I said, there'll be a video out tomorrow. I'm not sure about a live show tomorrow, guys. It might be just a video that I'm going to upload tomorrow. And then we'll see where we're at Wednesday, if there's any news. Like I said, I'm gonna be doing content every day this week, Monday to Friday. So don't worry, there will be things coming up every day this week. So yeah, and I wish there was something coming up on Saturday, but unfortunately, the Blackpool tickets have sold out, and I was too slow to get mine, and which is really infuriating me, really, because why is it that when I think Stockport went to Blackpool earlier in the season, yeah, and they got allocated 4,000 tickets, but yet they've only allocated us 2,200 and something tickets. So I'm sorry, they don't even get. There'll be loads of empty seats, so really they should be giving us at least 3,000 tickets. But I was hoping to be able to do a vlog on Saturday. I was hoping to go to Blackpool because it is a good away day. But I did want to do another vlog on the channel. There will be another vlog on the channel very soon, guys. It's just getting to the away games. I mean, there is a few that I do want to do from now until the season. Northampton, potentially. I'm not too sure though, that's a few weeks away. Stevenage, I think I'd like to do Stevenage away in March. Bristol Rovers as well. That'd be, I haven't done that one before. Just looking at the newer grounds, the grounds that I haven't been to, sorry, not the newer grounds, the ones I haven't been to. So yeah, hopefully there is a vlog or two before the season finishes, and obviously depending on where we finish in the table, potentially a playoff situation. So if we get to the play, I'd obviously definitely be going to the playoff games. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully we can go up, we can get promoted automatically, but let's see where we are at coming into the season. But guys, like I said, make sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and you can also follow me on my socials down below, HGFTV8 on Instagram and Twitter, or X if you want to call it X, I don't know. But look, I think that's kind of wraps up the show. This seems to be in your latest transfer developments update, and hope you've enjoyed it, and hope you all have a good evening. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow for another video, and I'm not sure when I'll go live next. I'm not sure when I'll go live next, but we'll be doing the preview towards the back end of the week, obviously for our game this weekend as well. So that'll be a live show, of course. But there might be a live show before that. But stay tuned, click that notification bell, and you will be notified every time I go live or a video is uploaded onto the channel. But guys, thanks for watching. Take care of yourself. And as always, up the town. Good night, everybody, and thank you for all your incredible support over the last few weeks. It is really, really appreciated. Good night, everybody.